My name is Joshua Dial. I was featured in the Netflix series Tiger King, and I served as Joe Exotic's campaign manager. I'm also an LGBTQ activist and active member in the Libertarian Party of Oklahoma and of the National Party. I have a wonderful husband who's disabled, and I have a 13-year-old boy that I'm responsible for. So what led me to come to Ketamine Wellness Centers and get treatment is very simple. For the past 15 years, I have been on probably 100 different medications: antipsychotics, antidepressants, anti-anxiety medicines, even off-label mental health drugs, so-called, such as metformin, which is a diabetes drug. I have tried everything, and nothing works. Nothing has ever worked, and this is kind of my last hope. And I'm really, 80% success rate. That's 8 out of 10 odds, and I'll take that any day. There's many situations that led to my symptoms. When I was 21, I was date raped at a club. Someone spiked my drink. Right before the date rape happened, I was already diagnosed with bipolar disorder, with generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, and panic disorder. So that episode, exacerbated the previous mental health conditions I had, along with depression, of course. I put on a good face for the world and tried to do my best for the following 5-6 years. And then I came to work for Joe Exotic. His husband came into my office one day, and he committed suicide right in front of me. So it's kind of a double whammy of the PTSD, one revolving around sexual assault, and one revolving around the fact that I was 5 feet away from a man that chose to take his life with a gun in the temple. There's been a lot of things that have led me to this point. But all I hope is that more and more people and politicians will start to open up to alternative medicines and treatments. And I hope someone can hear this. I feel like the world is just on my shoulders constantly, the weight of it. And if I can alleviate just 1 pound of it, just one bit of relief, I'll call it a win. But with 80% success rate, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get off some of these medications that are really detrimental to my health and really aren't good for me, and get back to work, not be afraid to leave my house, be able to love my husband the way he deserves me to love him. And that's what I hope.
My hopes for Joshua after treatment is that he has a reduction in his depression symptoms, his negative symptoms. I'm hoping that he can go through life on a daily basis, dealing with the ups and downs that we all have, except for like a person that isn't depressed. In addition, we always ask patients prior to treatment what their goals are. And Joshua told us that one of his goals was that he would like to have reduced anger issues, and that he would like his depression symptoms in general reduced, or have those symptoms be allayed. So that's what I hope too, is that he reaches those goals, and that ketamine provides him that benefit.
I have bipolar disorder, I have generalized anxiety, panic disorder, and social anxiety, along with PTSD revolving around violence, and then PTSD related to sexual violence. I've been bullied all my life. I'm gay, so it just comes with the territory of living in Oklahoma. But bullied for mental health issues, absolutely. I can't tell you how many friends I've lost when I came out to them as bipolar, and then later came out to them with PTSD. And they told me I'm a wimp, I'm a sissy, I'm a hypochondriac, I just need to get over it, I'm not strong enough, survival of the fittest type talk. All my life. There's something that triggers a certain part in the brain for a religious experience. And for an atheist like me, being able to connect to nature. It's not so much that I'm communicating with nature, it's just the same feeling that folks get when they go to church on Sunday and raise their hands toward God.
Right.
Is the same feeling I get when I look upon, the beauty of mountain ranges or trees that are, older than, in some cases older than the very mountains themselves.
Right.
And for me, it triggers a response that, like I said before, I think kind of emulates what a lot of religious people go through. So, and I kind of talked to that with John during my treatment. That's why I was like, I want nature videos. That's how I connect. That's how I, get straight, get settled, and where I get in my best space, I guess you could say. So today was day 2 of my treatment, second infusion of 4 that I'll be getting this week. I feel great. I don't have any anxiety. I don't have any depression problems, and I just feel normal. I feel like Joshua Dial, not this monster that's been living inside of me for so many years. The first experience I disassociated and was able to kind of look, kind of out of body experience type, look at my problems and deal with them individually. On the second treatment, I didn't get the disassociation that came with the first one, which is normal for the second treatment. But equally beneficial was just being able to sit there in a controlled environment, kick back. I was watching Bob Ross in the room, and it put me in a good space to where I could still deal with some problems, even though I wasn't completely out of my body like I was in the first infusion. So I'm here at the farm of Agritopia in Arizona. I'm getting ready to do my third treatment of the 4 treatments that I'm doing this week, and I feel great. I woke up this morning. I have benzodiazepines that I was taking previously for some of my issues. Didn't have to touch them. Didn't have to even open the bottle and take one. I feel great. It's beautiful weather. It's beautiful scenery out here, and it's really helping me connect back to nature and to appreciate the beauty of what's around us. So far I'm 2 treatments in, getting ready to do my third one here shortly, but already it's a massive improvement. Every morning prior to getting treatment, I woke up feeling like I had an elephant on my chest. The pressure of the anxiety, the depression, the worry, and the nightmares and related to PTSD, they crippled me, physically crippled me. This morning I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and just went on about my day. And I hope that going forward with these treatments, and then once I'm done here in Arizona and go back to Oklahoma and do my maintenance treatments in Dallas, Texas, that my progress will just continue. This has been the closest thing to a silver bullet I've ever found in my 15 years of dealing with mental health problems. After each treatment, I go on live Facebook for all my Tiger King fans, and I have got thousands of views and hundreds of comments of people simply saying, hey, we can tell just by the way you look, just by the way you're talking, that you're already doing better. And furthermore, of course, I FaceTime my family 10, 15 times a day, and they're super excited to have me back because they recognize that I am getting better rapidly, and markedly, very well. Prior to getting my treatments, I always felt like my brain was in a fog, like I couldn't string together thoughts properly or articulate them in a way that I used to be able to. But my mind is clear. these treatments have really helped me stand back, look at the problems, look at the issues, and realize that in some instances I'm just catastrophizing, expecting the worst, even if it's just a small problem. And I have, by doing these treatments and being able to examine all these small things that I make into such a large issue, it's really just completely cleared my mind. And right now I'm just focused. I'm focused on finishing the treatments, flying back to Oklahoma, and hitting the ground running, getting my life back on track, and get my family life situated, get a job, and get back to enjoying life like I used to. So one of the other reasons, main reason, that I really am grateful for the ketamine treatments is dealing with my PTSD. And the treatments I've had so far, particularly the first one where I had the dissociative effect, I've been able to realize that it's not my fault. There's nothing I could have done. Joe Exotic's husband came in my office, sat 5 feet away from me. He put a gun to his temple and he pulled the trigger. Bullet went in one part of his head, right out the opposite end. And there was guilt, that I was dealing with and carrying on my shoulders before the treatments. Should I have staunched the wound? Should I have said something to him? Should I have noticed that there was a clip in it still? Should I have noticed there was a round in the chamber? And I carried all of that as if it was my fault, as if I killed Travis Maldonado. And I've realized that I didn't. He did that to himself. I was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, but I can no longer let it control and dictate my life, and I'm not going to from now on.
So one word to describe following my fourth and final treatment and heading back to Oklahoma. One word to describe, I'm feeling prepared. I feel prepared to face the world. I'm prepared to face my problems, and I'm excited to meet the challenge. I'd like to give a very heartfelt thanks to everyone at the Ketamine Wellness Centers here in Mesa, Arizona, and all the Ketamine Wellness Centers. You're doing amazing work. Keep it up, and thank you so much for changing my life. I owe a debt of gratitude I'll never be able to repay, so thank you.
So Joshua, it's been about 5 days since your final stabilization infusion. How have you been doing over those last 5 days?
So it's been 5 days since my last treatment. I'm still feeling great, no depression, very minimal anxiety, almost non-existent. I haven't had any PTSD episodes, so I'm just excited for our next treatment.
All right, that's great to hear. So has your family members noticed a difference, Joshua? Has your husband noticed any differences?
Yeah, the whole family has. They've never known my husband's never known me like this. He's always known me as the depressed, withdrawn, anxious, sad, jumpy person. I'm wearing him out. He's usually wanting to go places, do things. I've been wearing him out, going places, doing things, going all over around, walking, running, playing around, driving around, going to different stores, window shopping. I've got to the point where I'm now, outrunning him.
Yeah.
So he's excited.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
I haven't had any episodes, but I have noticed a slight uptick of anxiety, just very, very slight. Nothing in my mind, just kind of that little feeling kind of here in the chest, like little heaviness, not like the elephant that was on my chest before, but I don't know, maybe like a 2-pound weight, you know, it's something, it's manageable enough that I can get over it with my head by staying busy and staying active.
Okay. Yeah.
Before, the anxiety is so intense, no matter what I did, no matter how much activity I did, no matter how much exercise I did, no matter what I did, nothing would relieve that. And this small anxiety that's kind of started up today, I've been able to control it all day long.